As I was navigating and maybe wandering a bit this week, looking for interesting things around me, I came across a talk from Ethan Hawke, or Ethan Hawke in English. I posted the link to the talk in the forum of the MCM mastermind group, and this talk had a profound, really profound impact on me, and I think it will have a profound impact on you if you decide to watch it. It's only 9 minutes. I really recommend to watch it. I know a couple of you watched it, and here is why. Here is why. It really reconnected me with an idea that kind of got away from me, an idea that is not new to me. I think it's been here since the day I was born. And I can remember vivid moments in my childhood around 4 or 5 when I was just creating for no reason, no expectation, but just being myself. My mom at the time had bought an old piano. She wanted to study the piano and take piano lessons, and she bought this old piano. And I was probably 4 or 5, and I naturally, instinctively went to the piano and started banging on the piano. And I can remember those days when I would spend hours and hours and hours playing whatever. I hope this was not recorded because it would probably be terrible music. But to my ears, to my soul, it was the most beautiful thing I was creating in my life. And I didn't need an audience. I didn't need likes. I didn't need impressions or comments or anything of that sort that we tend to expect when we create in a business setting. I just needed to be myself. And from that day, I carry on with moments like this, drawing, talking, doing all sorts of stuff, sports. And then, as I grew up, that creative energy started to show up in my studies, in my work. And it's still here today. It's still here today. And I could do this initially because I was not scared of being a fool. But as I grew up as an adult, I realized that fear grew more and more in me. And sometimes that fear is here so much that it just takes over all the creative ideas and energy I'm trying to give to this world. And lately, I caught myself publishing less, doing less creative, of my creative practice that I call meaningful publication here within MetaHelm. And I realized that I had really put that little mini-me genius kid, creative kid, in too small of a box. So that talk really reminded me how creativity is not a luxury, it's sustenance. These are the words of Ethan Hawke. You will see in the talk, and he shares the example of one of his favorite poets, Allen Ginsberg, who goes on a very famous TV show in the 70s or 80s, prime time, millions of people watching him, and it's a serious interview. And then he pulls a harmonium and starts singing a Hare Krishna song. Talk about being a fool in public. There's no fear of being a fool, but connecting to what was really meaningful to him. A very successful poet. Just being himself. Just being himself. So I bring this topic to you because in MCM, we have a chance, we have a golden opportunity, the privilege to practice being a fool, to practice connecting to our authentic self in a safe spot, in a safe zone. There's no judgment. We're here to listen. We're here to welcome your ideas with curiosity. And that's what we do every week. So this morning, Yole, who's a MCM, MetaHelm Changemakers participant, texted me and said, "Hey, should I practice, should I do a grounding exercise as I do usually in this group, which is an opportunity for her to practice her and connect to her creative energy." And I said, absolutely, please proceed. These were my words. Please proceed. We need grounding, first of all. And use this moment to let your creative energy show up, express yourself. Just do it. We need it. And this is a chance for you to practice it. And what I've noticed is that since Yole studying those 5-6 minutes hugely beneficial meditations for our group, she was able to connect and reconnect to something very dear to her, her voice, her word. And it's pretty incredible the level of creativity that she brings to these exercises. Every time it's different. Every time it resonates in a slightly different facet of our energy fields, our soul, who we are as business owners. And yet it's still her voice. There is no one else who can do the meditations the way she does. So I invite you to tap into that possibility within MCM and maybe outside. And maybe for a moment, disconnect all expectations you have from your creative practice within or outside, inside or outside your business. And just be who you are. Another way to say this was from Joel, another member of MCM here today, this week on a call, who said, "Oh yeah, you're so right. I should just use my I don't give a shitness more." And I thought this is such a beautiful way to name it. Just don't give a shit. Just do what you have to do. The people who will enjoy you for who you are will show up naturally. The people who are not meant to connect with you or align with who you are in this lifetime will just move on, and that's okay. That's okay. There are plenty of people for you to build a strong, sustainable living, build the business of your dream while still being authentic to yourself. This was also another reminder from another member here, Anna, this week, with whom I had a conversation this week, who was present during another of our calls, and said, it's interesting that I see that the work we do within MetaHelm is not just about authenticity just for the sake of authenticity, but it is about building a strong, solid business in which we deliver value, we make money, wealth is important, we're happy with what we do, and at the same time, we get less afraid of being who we are. We give ourselves permission to just tap into our own creative energy. We just learn how to let go of all the limitations, and we activate authenticity through the practice we engage in. So with this, I wish you the best creative life possible. Please use as much as you want of that time, and show up with more creative genius exercises without fear in this group. Thank you so much.